You heard me say this last year during summer. If you just work a little bit harder than you want to in the summer, you will most likely build a lot of momentum because there's a lot of other people that are just kind of taking the summer off. And I think of the weekends as the same way. Am I saying you have to work 12 hours on Saturday and Sunday? No. But if you do prioritize it a little bit more than other people, you are making meaningful progress, whether you know it or not.
I sent to the team some statistics about productivity during the summer months. Productivity rates decline by 20% or more during the summer, according to my latest research.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2114, how bad are your weekends slowing you down? I had a buddy of mine said, hey, I feel like you should come play baseball with me. I said, when is it? Saturdays or Sundays? Can't. For that reason, I have to be out. Honestly, I have to be out no matter what because it's not like Monday through Friday would help. But for that reason, I got to be out.
Tuesday. Okay, I'm in.
Perfect. Yes, I'll come after group coaching. Perfect. Unfortunately, the weekends are usually kind of a catch-all for me. So I had a client who messaged me yesterday. They said, hey, sorry for the delay on getting this over to you. Can you have it to us by the 3rd? I said, absolutely, I can. I'm going to do it Saturday. I'll have it to you end of day Saturday. Saturday is a really good catch-all for me. Now, Sunday, do I come into the office and grind my face off? No. I usually batch WhatsApp, do social media, and go to the gym, usually. But even on the weekends, I'm trying to make meaningful progress. I still do my learning? There's still minimums. That would be my very, very early next level lesson in this episode is the minimums you have on the weekend don't have to be the minimums you have on the day-to-day. But if you do have meaningful minimums, I'm willing to bet you're going to make a ton of progress.
So in group coaching, I pull up a slide. I've talked about this before of my favorite post that gets no love. It has 1.7 thousand views now.
Nice.
1.7 thousand views. It has 10 likes.
Not a great ratio.
Not the best ratio. And in it, it's a clip from the podcast, and I talk about how if I could just convince Kevin 8 years ago that 0.1% improvement each and every day would allow all of his dreams to eventually, keyword, become possible, it would be a game changer. And I don't think I said 8 years ago. I think I said little Kev, like if you were 15 or 14 or something. I don't know. I'd have to watch the video again. But in the post, I talked about this concept of the compound effect. You've heard me talk about it exhaustively. For the new listeners, my second favorite book of all time is The Compound Effect. For 7 of the last 8 years, I've been saying it's my favorite book. And then I found Rationality by Steven Pinker, which I actually think I would love it if that was required reading for every human being on earth, because it basically talks about how wildly irrational we all are. And a good example of that would be, we're so afraid of bears in the woods, but there's only one bear death on average per year out of 350 million Americans. And I only researched it for the US because obviously I live in the US. But yet you're 40,000 times more likely, if you live in the United States, you're 40,000 times more likely to die in your car.
It's wild.
But no one's afraid to get in their car because that's ubiquitous and common. So to me, rationality is all about mathematics. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't like math. I'm obviously a nerd. I'm obsessed with it. I actually talked to Kev right before this episode. I said I was watching a neuroscience Stanford lecture with Emilia while doing mobility. We have this big projector and we put it up. This dude was the worst fucking speaker I've ever seen. And it's like, Stanford, what are we doing? We're falling asleep over here. And I love neuroscience. What are the other people going to think? I'm obsessed with neuroscience and I'm still falling asleep to this guy. And I realized, okay, so some of the most important information on planet Earth is presented by the worst communicators. Dude, you could get this to land way better than this, dude. Way better. Wouldn't even be close.
I have a lot of reps.
Yeah, it'll never stop breaking my brain. It's like, this dude's a professor. You would think he would have gotten better at speaking. Professors do oratory. They speak to students constantly, right? One time we went to a high school and we gave a career day on podcasting, and someone pulled me aside afterwards and said, That's the best I've ever seen anyone hold the attention of high school students. And I'm sitting there going, they weren't even fucking paying attention. What do you even mean, right? So it all depends on the classroom and all that. But my point of this whole thing is you can get unbelievably good if you're consistent. And the weekends off thing, to tie it back to the original topic, I did this with Kev behind the scenes. I've done this with the clients behind the scenes. This is an important exercise. So I have a financial calculator that I have bookmarked, and you put $1 in, and this is a metaphor. You put $1 in, and you grow it by 0.1%, 0.1%, 1/10 of a penny. So 1/10 of 1%. So it's basically like cutting a penny up 10 times. And you grow it by that much per day. And here's what I'm mathematically certain of. Anyone listening, anyone watching, I am absolutely, unequivocally certain that you can get 0.1% better today. I'm certain. Mathematically, it's 100% doable for anyone, no matter where you start. And if you do that for 50 years, and Kev's like, this is where you lose people.
Yep, everybody's gone right now.
Everybody's gone now. If you do that for 50 years, you become mathematically 84 million times better. Now, the kicker to this, so $1 becomes $84 million. It's actually 83 something, but I rounded up. The kicker to this is that if you take weekends off, do you want to guess what it is, Kev?
It's something insane. What is it? 84 million? I think it's like
80. It's 84 million if you do every day and you don't miss a day
for 50 years. If you take weekends off, I think it's
weekends off.
Isn't it like 275,000 or something? It's something.
It's 469,000. It's in the 400,000.
Crazy.
It's 191 times less. It's
so
less than 500,000.
But this is why it's so hard to understand compounding, because it doesn't make any sense. It's so hard to wrap your brain around.
Yeah.
Well, it's only 2 days a week. Well, yes, and it's 2 days of exponentials per week, and then it starts over again, and it's a whole... There's no way I could ever wrap my brain around it.
So if Kevin and I, we'll use Kevin and I. Let's say Kevin doesn't take weekends off, and he just does a little bit. I'm not saying 12-hour days. I'm saying you do a little bit on the weekends. Mm-hmm. You get 0.1% better every Saturday and Sunday for the next 50 years. Okay? And I don't. I take weekends off. Kevin is 191 times smarter, 191 times wealthier, 191 times better. He has 191 times the result that I do. That's mathematically a fact. Anyone can actually research this, ChatGPT it, Google it, whatever you want to do. It's a thing. And this is one of the reasons why I think I'm being so blown away. When I see a Stanford professor give a lecture and I think it's terrible, I think it has more to do with the fact that I have 10,766 reps of effective oratory trying to improve my craft, 0.1% improvement over time, then he's just not good. And I don't even think I'm good. That's the fucked up part. I'm not even kidding. I don't even think I'm good. I've been stumbling this whole fucking episode. But that's the weird part about compounding. I guess I am really good. You know, and that's the weird duality too. But the weekend thing, dude, I haven't taken a weekend off in 10 years.
But I understand.
I don't think I ever will.
I understand why it's so hard to, because it's like, again, it goes back to the priority thing. The priority has to be the priority, even if it's not to the same level. That is a belief I have. Look, could you read 10 pages on Saturday and 10 pages on Sunday? Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course.
But you just won't.
Would you have to get up 15 minutes earlier or stay up 15 minutes later, or say we have to leave 15 minutes early? Maybe. I mean, it depends on how long it takes you to read 10 pages, but I think that's the point of it. To what you just said, Saturday, so tomorrow's Saturday, I'm probably going to get up at 5, I think. For some reason, I like getting up earlier on Saturday than I do the rest of the week. Don't know why. Usually I don't go to the gym. So I'll wake up at 5 and I will deep work 5 to 12. I'll do 7 hours of deep work.
That's why. It makes sense. You want to cut at noon so you can have a Saturday.
But
in order to do that, you have to wake up earlier in order to...
And...
Because the truth is you're not going to enjoy your Saturday if you're behind on everything.
No. And I don't go to the gym. So already decided I'm not going to exercise. I'm just going to get up and I'm going to come into the office and I'm going to hammer an energy drink and we're off to the races.
Hello, 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 NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones, and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes.
Sunday is reverse engineered for a very good leg day. I eat more on Saturday. I get up at 6. I go do legs. But Tara, I was talking to Tara and she said, are we going to go to the gym Saturday? And I was like, I normally don't. But this, I mean, it's a good problem to have. Like, yeah, let me figure it out. I'll get up at 5. I'll work from...
Are you going on Saturday?
I think we're going on Saturday, yeah.
Nice. I was just going to ask, how is... If you do a big leg day on Saturday or on Sunday, how are you going to incorporate... Are you guys working out together, or is it kind of like go together and do your own thing?
She's doing a 3-day split. I'm doing a 5-day split. So I'm trying to figure out. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I think it depends. Yeah. It depends on what it is. So I'm not sure.
You really will
yet.
Always say, "Oh, that's okay. We can do our own thing." It's, babe.
It can't.
We got to get on similar schedules.
It's never the same because it's never the same amount of time and the rest periods. Now this might be different because Next Level Hope Foundation is Sunday, so I'm probably not going to be doing legs before Next Level Hope Foundation.
Well,
so I might take Sunday off.
Get that jumper on.
I need all the help I can get. But the point of all that is, I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying you have to get up earlier on the weekend to do more work. I'm not saying that. But that 7 hours is a ton of progress. That is a ton of progress. Sunday does not look like that. Sunday, I get up early and I'll batch my WhatsApp. And now it's probably a little different because I'm going to charge my car on Sunday. So I have a external monitor and I'll work for like however long it takes to charge the car.
You charge the car every week?
I try to.
Why? I like having it full.
Yeah, I'm habitual like that. That's the way I'm wired.
I was wondering to myself, I'm like, where is this dude driving? Kids in there every week? Dude, I charge it like once a month, straight up.
Well, I drive.
I also don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I drive more than you guys for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I mean, right now it's at. I charged it last week up to 85%. It's at 79. So I probably won't. I probably won't charge it.
It's a new thing. There's something called charge anxiety.
You said I wouldn't have it. I have it for sure. To a degree.
Okay. Love it. It's hilarious. Super irrational. Emilia's like, are you sure we can make it? Babe, 100%. I've already calculated it. 100% certain.
Isn't it bad to go below a certain percentage?
No. It's bad to go above a certain percentage.
Well, it says below too, though.
Yeah, what do you... Not 79%, man.
No, but below 20. You're not supposed to go below 20.
You won't go below 20.
I haven't yet, but...
Yeah, you never will, not with this anxiety.
Well, I think one of the thoughts is... It takes me...
unreasonable bottleneck for electric cars. That's like such an I know this is a side tangent, we got to jump. There's certain reasons why consumer robotics and electric cars, like back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, I was like, oh, everyone, automated cars for sure. Done. By now, for sure. Oh, and the first automated taxi just went, and $100 billion investment and all that.
Waymo?
So taxis will all eventually be unmanned, unwomaned. And that's all happening, whether we like it or not. But, dude, what an unexpected bottleneck. The charge anxiety is one of the main reasons.
It's totally expected.
Dude, certain things don't make any fucking sense.
There's less chargers than there are gas stations.
So what?
So it takes you have to do more planning. This is completely understandable. Completely. If every gas station had a charger, I guarantee there wouldn't be charge anxiety. I bet money on it.
Well, that's eventually going to happen.
It's on
its way.
It's a new behavior.
If you look at the growth, yeah, I know.
Right?
For me, it's like, it's so irrational to be concerned. Like,
I understand.
I just stopped saying like so much.
But you have a very high uncertainty threshold, so it's different for you.
Fair.
It's different for you. All right, what's your next level lesson? Taking us all over the fucking rails here. I want to talk about the weekend. We're talking about electric cars. You're out here talking about Stanford professors. What do you got for me?
That is our show. Okay, this is Kevin wants to. He doesn't actually. We're not going to rename the podcast. He's like, if we changed it to the Genius and the Joker, I think it would crush.
I think it would crush. We'd be way more successful. Well, you've been saying this recently. I don't think this is where Kev wanted to take the episode, but I want to talk to you about the evolution of toads, and I will connect that to the compound effect.
I have never talked about the evolution of toads.
It's early. It's early. It's early.
All right, I know I got to go, which I'm obviously pissed about. Okay, what is the next level lesson? If you are not making progress on the weekends, your future is taking a massive fucking hit. Way bigger than you think. Way bigger than you think, yeah. How do you... these really, 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 really successful people that you see, it's either generational wealth, or they're in massive debt, or number 3, they're really consistent at a couple things. I know some really successful people, and they're not consistent at much else, but they're really dialed in one area. Like, they never miss. Weekends or not. I have one mentor who's very wealthy. He never misses checking his numbers. Never. I'm talking on a plane, doesn't matter. Always checks his investment portfolio. Always. He's on his phone looking at, always. You got to be really consistent. If you want high levels of success, there is no way around the compound effect.
My next level lesson would be what I said at the beginning. Do a little bit more than the less that you want to do, and I guarantee you'll be more successful. Is it that simple? Yes, it is. Oh, you want to sleep in and do nothing? Get up an hour earlier and read a book and stretch. Cool. Awesome. Great. I'm not saying you have to get up at 6, but you also don't have to sleep until 10. Get up at 9. That's it.
Unless you want to get really good sleep. Don't sacrifice sleep.
Well, then go to bed at 8.
Go to bed earlier.
Yeah, go to bed. There's going to be a trade-off on one of the ends, right?
I see you. But you can't trade off sleep. Sleep is for the brain, man.
Don't trade off sleep. And don't trade off mobility. But don't trade off learning. But don't trade off spending time with your partner. It's like, well, you're going to have to pick something. All right. Yeah. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Join us on Book Club. Next Level Nation.